Just to get this out of the way first, my boyfriend and I are completely okay with not being legally married right now. We pretty much are in every other sense, physically, emotionally, financially, etc. We've been together since I was 16. He has completely lost interest in time with me over the last year or two. I know he still masturbates, because I've caught him pinching one off in the shower and there is porn on our computer. When I throw myself at him, I am not successful very often. We used to have time daily, in our teens, and now I'm lucky to have time once every 4 to 6 weeks. I've somehow convinced myself that even then, he does it to get me to leave him alone. There may be a couple of things that are affecting our time life. About 2 years ago, he started taking ADHD medication that says reduced time drive is a side effect. I am currently trying to get over a bout of depression that started about a year ago. We are both financially effed and in school. Communication has always been a strong point in our relationship, or so I thought. I've told him that I want to have more time, and he says he'll try. I pounce him, nothing happens. I wait for him to come to me, it doesn't happen. He doesn't want to stop taking his meds, or even try a different brand. I've also told him that I didn't get depressed, or is it disappointment? Until we stopped having time regularly, but he says it doesn't help. So, in the last 6 months or so, I've tried to pretty myself up quite a bit, have lost weight and doing other things that make me happy. I would like to think our lack of time because he's stressed, but then why is he wanking it without me, while I'm in the house? My communication with him this time hasn't helped. He refuses to work while he is in school, undergrad, so I had to pick up a crappy full-time job while writing my thesis for a Ms. I almost immediately found my boss very attractive. I know, bad idea, but had no plans to do anything. I've been in a relationship for 12 years, it didn't even cross my mind. Over the past several months we started joking around at work and enjoying each other's company. As time tension began to rise, but I thought it was just me, so again, no worries, just my lusty imagination, right? Recently, the weather got bad while at work and the roads were terrible. I work at a hotel, so they put people up for the night who had to work the next day. We both had to work, so he invited me into his room to have a drink before I went to mine. We ended up talking for a couple of hours and getting shit-faced. He seduced me and I let him. It was the most fun/best time I've had in years. I feel horrible for having so much fun. I've never considered myself a cheater, and I know this would end my relationship with my boyfriend if he knew. My boss is wanting more and I feel confused. This man is a wolf, he is kryptonite to me. I told him I have to stay away from him, but I don't want to and am not sure if I could. I can't remember the last time I lusted after someone this much, not really emotionally attached as far as I know. I feel like I'm stuck in a raunchy Lady Gaga song. I had to stifle everything I could just to not jump his bones at work yesterday. My boyfriend and I are in a rough patch, apparently rougher than I thought, right now, and I want to say we can move on from this. It just isn't happening right now, and who knows when. Of course I still love him, but I've never been tested like this before. My boyfriend is otherwise very good to me, aside from the selfish behavior of refusing to work and refusing time. What do you do when a Mr. Right Now is in front of you, almost every day at work, who is completely okay with the fact that you have a boyfriend? I don't think I'm looking for justification of my behavior, just some thoughts. So much for being the nice girl next door. Additional info. Relationships at work have happened before, no one seems to really care, oddly. Even more strange, I've heard the GM, not the boss in said discussion, joke about trying to be a matchmaker for people at work. Aside from a weekly check to help pay the bills, this job has nothing to do with my intended career path and therefore if I need to quit, I will. I won't be stringing the boss along, I'm pretty sure we both understand there is no emotional relationship here. Despite what you may think, yes, I really do love my boyfriend. I wasn't planning on this at all, never. But I let it happen. I have to live with that, I get it. He's messed up in the past as well, I haven't decided if it helped me when he told me. Update. I tried to talk to my boyfriend about our time life this morning. He literally ignored me. I asked him why he wasn't responding and he told me he had to go to school. He had 2 hours before his first class. No progress there. I also talked with my boss last night, extensively. We were discussing our lapse in ethics and he responded that he follows the moral codes of Oscar Wilde. The only way to get rid of temptation is to yield to it. He then asked me if I had plans on Friday. So, no progress there either, but I must say, it's flattering to me to feel desired by an attractive man, no matter what his actual intentions may be. Plan of escape from both situations is ensuing. Whether or not I'm successful on either task remains to be seen. Reddit, thank you for your constructive posts and thoughtful advice. And to those who judge me with your self-righteous posts, I hope you feel better about yourselves. Comment 1. To be honest, I think you are very unhappy with your relationship but are afraid to leave. I stayed with my ex for much longer than I should have because I kept remembering how wonderful our relationship used to be. Use this as a wake-up call. You are already upset with him for other reasons. You appear to have given an attempt at working things out with him and it has not been successful. I think many things he is doing are selfish. Particularly the not working because of school. You have to work to support both when you are also in school. If you tell him or not is your decision, but it might help make the breaking up be final. Staying with someone because they used to make you happy isn't a good reason. If they are not willing to work to meet you even a quarter of the way, I would say it is time to move on. Use this as a learning experience. Look back and see what you might have caused unhappiness in the relationship. Look for behaviors that you didn't appreciate on his side. See if maybe you spent too much time together or such. Everyone makes mistakes. Use them as learning experiences, don't carry them as baggage. Comment 2. Well, I imagine you've had a lot of great answers already thanks to the generally intelligent Reddit community, but I'll add my 2 cents. You need to break up with your boyfriend, there's really no way around it. I don't need to explain this, I'm sure other people have. He sounds like kind of a loser anyway, 28 and still doing undergrad? Broke? You should eventually start dating again, but you shouldn't get into a relationship with your boss, at least not right away. I don't think that would be fair for anyone. You are likely just projecting your entitlement frustration onto the closest attractive male to you, which just happened to be your boss. He's in a position of power, he's overtly entitlement, etc., etc., but this is not a match made in heaven by any means, and I think you know that. Don't place blame, this will all work out. I don't think you should marry your boyfriend, you will live to regret it. Live your life, see the world, meet new people, discover something. A new love will come. Comment 3. Stop making excuses on why you cheated. Nothing justifies cheating. Nothing. If you were unhappy you leave your partner and find a new one, then you can have as much time as you want with whoever, but your partner doesn't deserve to be cheated on like this after 12 years. Be honest with him and tell him what you did. You owe him at least that much. Unfortunately, I don't see any way your relationship can survive now. If you think the lack of time was killing it, then the fact you just slept with someone else behind his back is the nail in the coffin. Despite what you may think, yes, I really do love my boyfriend. Please. Spare the bullshit. If you loved him you wouldn't have cheated. That is all. Comment 4. I can't agree with more this sentiment. I'm the kind of guy that would rather have someone tell me to my face that they hate my guts and want to strangle me than to feel that way and pretend to like me. In the same vein, I would much prefer to have and so call me up and say that we're done before ducking someone else than to have them do it and tell me later. It shows so much more than I could ever forgive. Not only could I never forgive cheating on a primal she's my woman level, but it also shows that she isn't willing to be honest and upfront with me about her feelings and what she wants. If a relationship has broken down to the level where you can't have a discussion about your own relationship, it's time to jump ship. Comment 5. Let's face it, no time and selfishness with regards to working are gignitic deal breakers. It's not a matter of aside from these 2 teensy little things everything is wonderful, those things by themselves are sufficient for dumping someone. Maybe you have downplayed their importance because you've been tolerating them for so long. Your bouts of cheating are incredibly shady but understandable. Your choice now is to stay with someone you are obviously bored of and have cheated on, and will probably continue to cheat on, a ton, or break up and free yourself to pursue new romances. If it was me, I would decide sooner rather than later. Comment 6. If your boyfriend of 12 years is specifically not answering your questions about why your time life is dead, then he stopped giving a damn about having time with you a few years ago. I doubt he will even care that you cheated. Sadly, I bet karma has kicked you in the arse in the 11 years since you wrote this. Cheating, especially with a boss, is so lazy and cliché. It just screams I have no character or morals. Also, building an exit strategy is basically saying I'm going to stay with my boyfriend I cheat on because there are benefits for me personally, but as soon as he is no longer of any use to me, I am going to leave him. I bet things haven't gone great for you in the last 11 years. Cheers.
Thanks you for watching Everyday New Movies. See you soon.